Hello there. I am wanting to talk to you about my favourite brushes. Now, high-tech setup this. This is a piece of paper, so you can see it properly. That's just the production values are off the charts, alright? So, it'll do the job. I get asked about my brushes all the time. What's your favourite? Which ones are good? Which one's going to make me paint better? None of them are going to make you paint better. Sorry to burst your buble. They're not going to make you paint better. They're going to make your painting more fun and more interesting if you play around with them. But the thing that's going to make your painting better is practice. Shocking, I know. All right, so the brushes I use the most, in no particular order. These type of things. I've got probably 4 or 5 different sizes of these. These are the Neef Tom Shaler brushes. They're a synthetic long-haired mop. Really nice point, really nice belly as well. So they hold a lot of water. Just good stuff. Really good for nice sort of larger areas, and they've got a good point. So yeah, really good. Doesn't have to be this one, just that style I really like. You can paint with whatever you want. This is just what I use. Flat brush. This is a $3.50 from Officeworks kind of job. No big deal. It's a pretty stiff brush, which is really good for marks that are imperfect. So if you want some nice expressive flat brush marks, really good. Don't discount the cheap shit, okay? Rigger. Any kind of rigger is good. I like these ones. This sort of size. This is a Princeton Neptune number 4. But it's all about the size of it, I think. It's size matters, all right? Okay, everybody? Sorry, fellas. Size matters. Because you want something that's going to come to a nice point and hold enough moisture for you to actually make some marks with it. But not something that you have to swap out every 10 seconds and go back into your water and your paint because it just doesn't hold anything. So, once again, any kind of rigger is pretty good, but yeah, just get one that's big enough and something that's got a bit of a spring to it, so you've got a tiny bit of control. This one. These are kind of everywhere. You can buy these at your art supply shops. Most of them have some sort of variety, some sort of example of these kind of brushes. Just these sort of Chinese calligraphy brushes. The big thing with these is that they're usually quite cheap. I got this one from our local Chinese grocers. They had some calligraphy supplies. They had some brushes, and this one was, I think, $2 in a set. I think you got 4 or 5 of them in a set, and each brush was $2 or something. But really nice, and they hold a lot of water. They're good for washes. Nice point as well, so very cool. The sort of softer flat brush. I really like this particular brush. It's a Princeton Neptune. It's a 1-inch flat brush. Really nice for if you're just finding yourself getting a bit, samey. Just change it up. Use something different to get your marks and muck around with it. But yeah, nice. It's a softer, so you can see that it holds its shape. It's not like a bendy, springy one. But so really good for washes and things. Love it. And this one's got a funky handle. Gotta love that. What do we got here? This is a Princeton Neptune. It's a dagger, basically. If you have a look at it, it's a dagger shape. What I really like about this, you can kind of use it as a rigger, but You can also use it for foliage and branches and all that kind of stuff. So it's less control. So you can swirl it around in your hands, twist it as you paint with it, and gives you really good results for branches. Princeton Neptune Dagger, love it. Look at this. Any of you out there who know of or know John Lovett, the artist John Lovett, he uses these a lot. This is basically it's like a, I think they sell them at the hardware shop for plumbers that use on their glue when they're gluing pipes and stuff together. They're just sort of throwaway. They're literally disposable brushes that plumbers use. And I think I got these in the hardware shop. There was about $10 for, I think, 8 or 9 of them or something. They're really cheap, but great for foliage. If you're doing timber, like a plank of wood or something, and you want to get a different sort of streaky mark, really nice to muck around with. Good stuff. Alternatively, get one of your old brushes that were probably far too expensive, and beat the crap out of it. So it ends up, I've got one over here that I don't use anymore because I use that one, but this sort of thing. Just beat the rubbish out of it and it'll be fine. And last but not least, I do a lot of stuff with this brush these days. The Escoda Perlas I used a lot, just for as far as a pointy synthetic brush. Really nice. They're really nice as well. I've just discovered this brush here. It's the Princeton Velvet Touch Long Round. So important, it's the long round. So it's a long-haired pointy brush. So the point is actually really nice and holds lots of liquid, but the point is super fantastic. So you can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. Very, very cool. But ultimately, don't worry about your brushes. Just bloody paint. And paint with what you've got. Experiment. Try everything and find what you like. That's the beauty of this whole thing. There's no right or wrong. Just get stuck into it. All right? Cool. Tops. Have a good day. Love your works. Your works. Yes. Love them. See ya.